Hey everybody, this is Brad, and in this video I'm going to hopefully demonstrate how you too can drive a two-wheel drive car in the snow, in the winter, in Canada, and hopefully not get stuck. Let's see how much fun this is. And while this is meant to be somewhat of a serious video, this can serve as a decent basis for how you too can either learn to drive, how you can augment your driving, or you can just pick up a tip or two on how to drive in this crazy snow, which I will show you shortly. Step one, no matter where you are, get winter tires. This is the first year I've actually gone for studded winter tires, and while they help a ton in the ice, obviously they will, I do think they help in this really deep snow, but nonetheless, you gotta have winter tires, that's a given. So, let's see just how awesome this thing is, or not, as I pile through the snow here in Canada. So even just leaving my garage, this is my alley, just a couple of houses away from where I live, you can see just how bad this is. Now, unfortunately, from where I am, this is what almost every side street looks like. So, if this is, this intimidates you, the first thing you might think of is, all right, well, I got to get myself an all-wheel drive car so I can handle this stuff. But as you can see, I'm sticking to the tracks and a few things like that. But watch what happens when I go off to the left here, where sure, it's only one set of tracks, but this thing will do just fine as you kind of start piling through it, just like any other front drive car. Now, no, it's not going to be as good as an all-wheel drive, car with studded winter tires, but two-wheel drive is just fine as long as you have the right, again, you got to have winters. There's no way around that. But even look at this. This is where I'm leaving my alley to get onto the main road, and I'm not afraid of what piling in through this stuff. I got to give it some jam, but oh, here we go. We might even get a little bit stuck going through some of this stuff. You can see the snow flying up there. But you got to pay attention, and then you can get through this stuff. So I've been doing this all day long for the last 3 or 4 days, because this snow is sticking around. This is the fourth day we've had this massive snow, and you can see that nothing's plowed, so you're kind of on your own. So again, but it's nothing to be intimidated by, as so long as you take a couple of precautions. The first one, I'll say it a million times if I say it once: winter tires. The second thing is, what really helps when you get stuck, like I just did even, is you got to have the ability to turn your traction control off. Because as you'd expect, as soon as the computer senses any wheel spin, it all just shuts the power, and then you're actually stuck. And not because you don't have any traction, you would actually have some traction, but the computer's just shutting off all the power because it thinks that you don't have any, and it's just going to leave you standing there. So that's the benefit. Even right now, clearly you saw my wheels spinning before, so I've turned off the traction control on this car. It still keeps the ABS. Keep ABS always, never get rid of that. I don't think you can turn that off in any car, but this is just fine. I'm trundling along here at 30 kilometers an hour, which is what the speed limit is. Well, not now, it's late at night, but it's all this stuff is typical. It's not, I'm not afraid of it. I'm not worried about getting stuck. A little bit of momentum, helps in a few cases, and then sometimes when you hit some ruts, you're really just along for the ride, and as long as no one's coming at you, it's easy to do. Now the trick is, again, because we're typically 2 lanes, now we're down to 1. If someone met me coming up here, one of us would have to give way. But even here, say I have to do this, I'll pile off onto the side, plow my way through it. Sure, I kind of lose a bit of traction there, but I come back on, it's real easy. You keep your boot in the throttle and off you go. So let's do it again here. I'm going to turn on another side street here. Again, typical. Like the main roads, we're lucky, but the main roads get plowed. But it's, as always, it's that, how the hell do you get to the main roads from your house? And that's what makes or breaks everybody. I mean, so many people I know that haven't even left their house because they can't even imagine getting there. So have a look at these. Like, look at the piles of snow that people have piled up just so they can get out of the driveway. Some cars haven't even moved. I mean, that one has, but there's some cars here that they just give up. They'll wait till it melts. But not this car. Again, nothing special about it. Any run-of-the-mill two-wheel drive front drive sedan would have all the same features. you know, again, get the right tires, but be able to, you know, don't let it intimidate you. Get the traction control, make sure you turn that off, and then you can go through stuff like this without any trouble at all. Just be careful you don't get yanked into the cars parked on the side of the road, but I'm not doing anything dramatic with the wheel here. I'm just driving along. I mean, even if I slow down, you know, I'm not worried about getting stuck. You know, this is a decent car. Like, here, let's stop for sure. You know, I got a little bit of traction on the left for sure, but I'm going to go deeper into the snow, and you know, here I go. I'm going through it. I'm throwing some snow up on the right side, but big deal. Oh, you can see I get caught there, but there, I'm free. I didn't come close enough to that car to even worry about it. So this is, you know, I'll keep this video short because I could go on forever. I mean, you can feel, you can hear how deep the snow is because it's dragging across the bottom of the car. I'm afraid to know where all that's going. Luckily, it's just snow, so it'd be a big deal, right? It's not going to be a problem. But look at this. This is, again, you know, I believe, well, I haven't said it yet. This is, we got 27% of our annual snowfall in one day, which sounds like a lot, and it is, but this is very typical for me, and must be for most of you people out there, because very few of us live in Hawaii or Chile or you know, California, Southern California. So you're going to encounter this stuff. See, this is the only main road where they actually plow, because the buses have to make it, and ambulances and things like that. So that's all there is to it, folks. Don't be afraid of it. I mean, you know, don't go out and start piling through the snow without being slightly prepared. But if you have, again, winter tires on it of any decent, you know, brand, and you have the ability to turn off your traction control, you can probably pile through as much of this stuff as you really want to, and far more than you ever really would have imagined you could. Because here, I'm just driving back up. Yeah, now I'm on the packed stuff, but even just coming up that approach, it was pretty intimidating. So the only other problem is I have a really steep driveway approach, and you know, here it is. I'll even treat you folks to seeing how messy my garage is. But this is, even here, when it's packed ice, you can see from the GoPro footage, like, this is no problem at all. Like, I'm not sure I'll spin the tires on purpose just to chew up some of that, but I pull in no problem at all. All seasons, I could barely make it up that. No, it was almost impossible. So again, short and sweet. Don't be intimidated by driving these things in the snow. Don't think that just because you live somewhere where you get a little bit of snow every year, you got to go up and buy the big 4x4. It's just so wasteful. This car, any two-wheel drive car, front drive especially, winter tires, defeatable traction control, and you know, give me that and throw a shovel on the back just for good measure, and I bet you there's nothing I couldn't get through that is reasonably, you would reasonably expect to come across in a four-season country. So anyway, folks, as always, please hit that like button if you think I did anything of value for you today, and if you made it this far. And hey, you know, please subscribe if you haven't. I get a lot of viewership, which I love, and I thank you all for that, but not a lot of you subscribe, so that would really help me out if you don't mind. And as always, I wish you all well, and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.